say I'm sailing through, trying to sail through.
Okay.
So this is now what happens is plants are there for, I mean, if you're bigger plants, the industries who are last from 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, okay. So their business is going with that same machines, okay. So if machine is giving you output, nobody's going to change that machine. Because the work of the machine is to just give that output. Integrating with IT or OT is a secondary part.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the GB Show. As I am continuing the journey in Pune, I am here with one of my amazing friends, Mahesh Chindarkar. He has 25 years of experience in IT and infrastructure security. I am going to talk to him about what all we need to take care about the infrastructure security, and we will hear from him about all the best practices required in the infrastructure security and what all are part of this. Let's hear him out.
Hello Mahesh, welcome to the GB Show.
Thank you so much, Karo.
Thank you for being a great host, and I love talking to you and spending time, which you have been connected with us from a long time and supporting CyberFrat. Thank you and thanks for coming on the show. So Mahesh, you have amazing experience of 25 plus years in the infrastructure security space, and you have worked on both the side of the table, right?
Yes.
And right now, congratulations on the new job.
Thank you so
right?
much.
So how you see both the side differently from your glass?
So it's a very fantastic experience actually. Let's say when I was working as an engineer and I was talking to vendors, the discussion was not commercially, but we used to talk much about technical, and we used to request, will you please do it? Can you do it? Then they used to come with their own terms. This is, sir, we'll give you this, but this is a cost. This is there, but this is a subscription cost. I mean, for everything there is a cost, and we were not from a demanding side that time, okay, being engineers. But now sitting on a different other side of the table, picture has changed completely. Now I am demanding. I am saying, boss, if you want to sell, give me this. If you want me to go ahead, give me this. If you don't give me, okay, I'm okay with it. Thank you so much. I'll go with someone else. So it's a very different sort of game actually, and I enjoy that.
Okay.
It's not that I want to push somebody down, but it's have to be balanced. So I enjoy it.
Okay, fair enough. So when on this side of the table, when you look into infrastructure security and you want to secure your organization and perimeter everywhere, right? So what comes in infrastructure security, and how you go or take the layered approach?
It's very challenging. It's very challenging because it starts from human behavior first of all. I mean, let's start from a inside threat first. I mean, for example, if your server room itself, the first thing, the heart of any infrastructure is your server room, and the most important and basic thing, what I would like to say, that many of the server rooms doors are not locked. They don't have access control. They think if it is closed, that means it's closed. It is not closed. It has to be access controlled. So there are a couple of standards which need to be followed by any IT head or any infrastructure head or anybody who is in that position. He has to make sure that whatever is going inside, that's fine. But what is outside, access control is important. Register is important. Camera is important. So tomorrow if some incident happens in your organization, it happens. So first thing somebody run into, he'll check somebody has entered it in a server room or not.
Okay.
So how you find it? So for the camera is the first thing, video logs are there, register is there, and even the access control logs are there. So that's the first level of perimeter, first level of security that somebody should look into where people miss to do it. Okay. So I suggest that first thing is that, after that technology. So people comes first. So think about people first and then the technology. Then we talk about technology, securing the technology, of course, firewalls, perimeter firewalls. I've seen people just plugging into firewalls, but policies are not defined properly. Okay, so I would also request the vendors who sell the firewalls to come and educate the engineers and tell them the best practices in configuring the policies inside. Okay, all the standard policies might not be relevant for that industry, but yes, those are best practices which you should be following. That's the second thing. Third thing about your end user computing, that's your laptop, desktop. If you use Mac, then the Mac or the desktops or the laptop should be hardened. Okay, first thing is a hardened. Use tools like BitLocker. Okay, so BitLocker will encrypt your C drive, D drive. If there's a threat, if there's a theft of your laptop, then your BitLocker will secure at least your data. Okay, you can scrap it. So first thing is BitLocker. Second is your antivirus. Third is your some MDR agent. MDR agent will keep on updating, looking at the malwares and the threats inside, and reports also. So those things are definitely important. If you have a bring your own device policy, and you're using VPN, so VPN should be really, it is very risky. When anybody introduces bring your own device policy, that policy should be reviewed in detail, you know. So what type of encryption you're using, what type of password policy you're using, who all are going to enter, which subnet you're going to, which we allowed to, that subnet should be different from your infrastructure server subnets, okay. So there are many parameters which somebody has to look into while configuring the VPN.
Okay.
So these are a couple of things which come in my mind for now. Other than that, if we talk about a bigger picture about the plants, because I'm working in a company.
Yeah, I think that is what I wanted to move to the next. Like, once you have this, all the parameters or elements which you are mentioning, and with infrastructure technology, now the emerging technologies are coming in a way, like, IoTs or AIs or, robotics, a lot of things. And as from the plant side, you have a great experience on that side as well. And we are using cloud thing. So what all additional layer they have added in the infrastructure part?
Okay. Previously, if you go 10 years back, plants were there, IT was there, but IT infrastructure and the OT infrastructure, there was no concept as OT. Proper definition of operation technology. Many people did not understand what is OT. Even if you talk about me, I did not understand the definition of operation technology. Okay, but now things evolved, and now operation technology has been taken very seriously. So security in your manufacturing infrastructure, when you talk about Industry 4.0, okay. So the first thing is your IT and OT should be separate, segregated, physically as well as networking also. It should be segregated. If you want to connect from IT to OT, there's a DMZ zone which you create, and from there you do routing and all the policies. But they should be on tier 0, highly privileged. Only high privileged users or administrators should have access to OT infrastructure only for management. Okay. So in that concepts like your network segregations or macro segmentations, all things work. Now we'll just talk about the OT infrastructure in the plants. Why and how it should be secured, or it should be designed basically. So now that if I'm talking from a manufacturing industry, so that's my bread and butter. If IT server stops, it's okay. If mail doesn't come, still it's okay. But if my plant stops, then my business goes down. My customers are suffering, and that's a revenue loss, huge revenue loss. And when if the business is very big, if the turnover is very big, the losses of per second or per minute or per hour is in lakhs and crores. Okay, so that should not go down. So securing that, we have to think very deeply. Like if you want to, if you don't need to put data on your cloud, please don't go. If you can keep your data on-prem, it's much better, because see, there are so many line machines, and those machines send data, real-time data, using couple of sensors. Yeah, IoT is cloud-based, but that can send the data to your on-prem device also. On-prem device. So if you want to save your data, you can just send the data to S3 bucket in a compact manner. I mean, how you say, in a compressed manner, basically, not an open manner. But your real-time data should be on-prem. This is what I suggest.
Okay.
This is what I suggest. It is not hard and fast. There are also platforms which are come now which are on cloud based, and cloud can be secured definitely. But if your infrastructure and if your mindset is evolved towards cloud security, then I would say that take that step. Or if you are taking a baby step, start from on-prem first and then evolve to cloud. Your infrastructure will remain same. Only your virtual machines and your computing will go to cloud.
Fair enough, and thanks for so elaborative answer to this particular question. And I think Mahesh, you have great experience, and you must have faced many challenges as well during these infrastructure security phases. Any case studies you like to share that where it was hard to convince or any challenges while you were planning to do some security or any sort of things which comes in your mind which were challenging and you
Okay.
sailed through well.
We can say I'm sailing through, trying to sail through.
Okay.
So this is a now what happens is plants are therefore, I mean, if you're bigger plants, the industries who are last from 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, okay. So their business is going with that same machines, okay. So if machine is giving you output, nobody's going to change that machine. Because the work of the machine is to just give that output. Integrating with IT or OT is a secondary part to check the real-time data. Before real-time data, people used to write down the parameters or the outputs on a paper. That was working fine for the business. Okay. So now when we're trying to move that environment connecting to OT, so the problem that we're facing is the compatibility of infrastructure. If I take one machine which is almost 20 years old, which is giving a perfect output, but if I want to measure the parameters or read the readings in a digital manner, I have to connect that machine to a network. But if that machine's HMI or the panels are not compatible to Ethernet, that becomes the challenge for me. How would I get a data out of machine? In the machine, I can see in HMI what are parameters going on, how much it is giving, but to extract data out of it is a challenge. So I'm facing that challenge right now. I'm talking to multiple vendors, making combinations and permutations of extracting the data out of that machine. If I have a new machine, then those machines are compatible with your Wi-Fi, compatible with your gig Ethernets, so it's easy to extract. So that challenge I'm facing right now, but near sooner definitely I have some solutions coming in.
Fair enough. And as you were answering my previous question, in the infrastructure security space, you were telling about EDRs, MDR, and all those stuff. So micro segmentation, firewall you are putting in, then you have some agents, and things, and a lot of things comes in. How much is enough? Or how much is too much?
That's a very. I asked similar question to someone recently. The same question, and if somebody tells me if I want to start my own startup, I would think something that my endpoint should not have anything. It should not have anything like a Chromebook or maybe Linux or maybe something which is hardened. OS itself is hardened, which cannot be penetrated from outside. So business of couple of guys might stop. EDR MDR will stop. Only logs will come out of that endpoints. But the perimeter level. If you're connecting to a cloud, if you're connecting to a gateway, that gateway services. I don't want to take the name of any vendors, but these gateway services and many services who just give me access towards my outside world. Okay, that agent itself is on my endpoint, which connects and gives me a security of what do you say? Restricting my websites. Other than that, what I need? I don't need anything. Application accessible to me, but I don't need antivirus because as and when I go on adding these agents, my endpoint is getting slower and slower and slower. I'll just go from I5 to I3 to I5, I5 to I7, I5 to I9. This is never stopping. This is never ending.
Many people are not going to like this.
I know. Please.
No cutting. We will go candid here.
No, this is. I'm not against anybody, but somebody who may be sitting in my shoes, he might say, how much? As you ask the right question.
Yeah.
How much? Nobody has the answer to how much.
Yeah.
If you get something in a single umbrella, then it's okay. But again, single umbrella has different modules. As I mentioned, subscriptions hai, licenses hai. So
exactly.
How much to maintain it? It becomes very difficult to maintain all these things. And also to maintain, you need a team. You need some solution which is automated solution. Again, pay subscription over there.
Okay. Amazing insights, Mahesh. I think I love talking to you, and I think whatever you said, and it was quite candid. And I have my last section here where so far I was talking to you, where I will like you to talk to my audience directly, that uh, if anyone is newbie and given a role to go with the infrastructure security, how he or she should start, how they do the baselining, and what should be the steps they should be following. Maybe you can talk to my audience directly over there.
Okay, so I expect a newbie should go to Cyberfrat first, take some trainings from them. They will teach you how NIST framework works, and based on NIST framework, you could start implementing your cybersecurity journey in your office premises. It gives you a very clear picture what should be done when and how. Very clear elaboration has been given in NIST framework, and this framework will help you, and Mr. Gaurav Batra can help you in implementing and understanding that how to do it.
Okay, amazing. And guys, I would just like to clarify here, Mahesh was not paid for saying this. So,
Gaurav, yes, I was not paid for it definitely, but for the newbies, I would really want to say that you have got a very good opportunity if you starting in cybersecurity. So guys, this is a first of all, this is a serious matter. Understand this. You have to be really serious. It's not a joke. Whole company security is under your hands, so you have to be serious. How do you start? I understand when you start in a new company, many things are new for you. Nobody, you don't doesn't know anything, but you have to start somewhere. I would give you one good tip that even I use it. So what do? I create a compliance checklist. So compliance checklist gives you a couple of parameters. For example, first is your inventory. So what is the inventory that you have in whole infrastructure? You need to have eyes on each and every asset that's there in your inventory in a company, including cameras, including printers, including your laptops, desktop, Mac, whatever it is, firewalls, network cables, fiber cables, LIUs. These are all called as infrastructure inventory. So you should have understanding of what's there in your infrastructure. This is the first thing, and that has to be matched always. So for example, you have 1,000 device assets, so you should know that 1,000 devices are categorized properly, and you know that this device is kept in this department. This is the first thing. Second thing is your how many email IDs you have, how many users are there in your organization, how many users are using the email IDs, how many MFAs are configured. So MFA is your multi-factor authentication. So actually, whenever your email or any authentication application is there, your multi-factor authentications is definitely have to be there. Two-way authentication is the need of the hour right now. You cannot skip it at all. So imagine if you have 100 of the email IDs, 100 users are there, there should be 100 MFAs configured, 100 MFA licenses should be there. So this should be one of your compliance check. Third is your backups. So your server infrastructure needs backup, and that backups, if backup fails, and if something happens to infrastructure, how would you retrieve the backup? Okay, so you should understand the frequency of a backup happening in your infrastructure. Other than that, you should have access to your AD, Active Directory. How many inactive users are there? How many active users are there? What is the password expiry policy configured? 30 days, 60 days, or more than that? You should review that policy as well. These are couple of areas from where external threat comes inside your premises. Nowadays, hackers are so smart that they try to come inside to the infrastructure from whichever way they get. So network printers are one of the part. Network backups are one of the part. So from there they come inside your infrastructure to hack it. So prepare this checklist, and when you're preparing a checklist, go deeper inside and study about it. That in which framework will you use to align with your compliance list, and make sure that compliance list is reviewed every week and is updated. After that, you have to start learning security courses like CISSP, CISM, CISA, lead auditor. Okay, these learnings will help you in going in much deeper of cybersecurity in align with the audit requirements. So audit is for you, babies. It is not for anybody else. Audit is for you. Auditors help you to keep your infrastructure secure. So if you're aligned with your audit requirement, so you're safe and you're making your company safe. This is some bit I want to tell you guys. All the best.
So, so thank you, Mahesh. So I think you have been an amazing member and amazing mentor and amazing person. I
Thank you
really,
so much.
whenever I have connected with you, I got some learnings from you,
Thanks so
and it's always been nice talking to you. So, have a as a last ritual, I have something for you. Maybe yes, here. Thank you for being on my show,
Oh,
and
thank you so much.
And guys, I will see you next time, same time, Sunday. Till then, take care, be cyber safe. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.